Rafael Fiziev is the scariest striker in the lightweight division. I'd put him top 5 in strikers in the UFC. His kicks are lightning fast, his combinations are flawless. The 5'7" lightweight titan that is Rafael Fiziev did not come to play. The question is, can he beat Justin Gaethje? MMA March has not disappointed us yet, and we still have amazing main events back-to-back all the way out to May. In the main event, we have Kamaru Usman versus Leon Edwards 3, and the reason Usman and Gaethje are on the same card is because they're actually training partners under Trevor Whitman at Onyx Sports. If anyone has the game figured out, it's that guy. He's trained all the best guys and girls in the UFC, and is without a doubt one of the best, if not the best, MMA coach in the world.
He's the truest person to everybody. Like, he's so true to his fans. He doesn't change for anybody. He doesn't change when his parents come into town and he act a different way. He doesn't change if his girlfriend's around. He doesn't change, when my parents are around. And he is the realest guy I know. Can't tell a lie, can't tell a fib. Couldn't cheat because he's just not in him. I think that's what stands out the most to me is just, he's probably the realest guy I've ever met. He's not gonna butter anything up for you. He'll be there for you, but he tells it how it should be. When you see Justin, that's him. He's one of the realest people I know.
Justin Gaethje is one of those fighters that nobody can really hate on. He has nothing but fans and gets the crowd going every time he steps in the octagon. He's a great wrestler, which he should 100% use against Fiziev, but his training seems to be mostly striking and conditioning. I think this is because even though Justin has decided to keep it on the feet in most of his fights, Rafael Fiziev is like a puzzle that's impossible to solve. He has one of the deepest bags when it comes to striking ability in the UFC. You can tell he's one of those fighters that drill religiously, and usually you can tell what combos those are, but Fiziev has enough master to fill an entire fight, and it's always perfect technique, always powerful, and just overall flawless. Rafael Fiziev can knock anyone out at any time. I believe his ground game is underrated too. He hit RDA out of all fighters with a throw from double overs, and was just very efficient when it came to managing RDA's world-class grappling. If Fiziev wins this fight, a lot of people are going to find out about him, and they're going to wish they had sooner. His knockout over Moicano was incredible. The entire Tiger Muay Thai team is like no other. Alexander Volkanovski came out of there, but Fiziev isn't just some fighter from Tiger Muay Thai, he is the striking coach. Fiziev wasn't always the team's coach though. Before him, it was Brad Riddell, who he actually fought and beat in the UFC. Coaching at Tiger Muay Thai isn't just some coaching job. He is one of the best striking coaches in the world. He's a technical master, but Trevor Whitman is a mastermind when it comes to striking himself, and if anyone is going to figure out the puzzle that is Rafael Fiziev, it will be him. Justin Gaethje is coming off a title shot loss against Charles Oliveira, so he's going to be hungry to get this win. The man must be allergic to boring fights. All he does is go against fighters people say can't be stopped. Obviously, Islam Makhachev is the king in the lightweight division, but what happens for the winner of this fight? The Charles Oliveira-Beneil Dariush fight isn't until May. I think the winner of this fight should go against Dustin Poirier since he's coming off a big win over Michael Chandler. Beneil should get a shot against Islam if he beats Charles, and Charles should have one more fight if he beats Beneil since he got dominated so badly against Islam the first time. Obviously, for both events, the winner is going to be calling for a shot at the belt, but ultimately Dan and the matchmaking team, which I should be a part of, make that decision.
I knew that I wasn't going to be able to live what they call a normal life. But I wasn't sure what the fuck where we were going. But yeah, this all makes sense now. Hindsight's always 20/20. It's been a hell of a ride. Like I said, me and Kamaru, we got 2, 3, 4 fights left, and it wasn't that long ago. We just barely started, so it's fucking flown by. But man, it's been a great ride.
If Gaethje only has 2 to 4 more fights in the UFC, does that mean even if he loses against Fiziev, If Gaethje wins this fight, he has at least one more before he gets another shot at the belt, and at that point, he can get at least one title defense and retire, assuming he wins every fight along the way. I hope this doesn't mean he retires if he loses, because it'll take a bit more than a couple fights to get another title shot, just because there's so many fighters at lightweight that are in line for the belt. Fighting is a career that can't last forever, and Gaethje is 34. Kamaru is in the same boat at 35, and we all know about the bad knees, so I'd expect maybe only 1 or 2 more fights, but I doubt he'll retire off a win over Leon. Not hoping for it, but maybe we'll see both guys retire if they lose. Either way, it's time for us to start accepting the end of their careers, whether it's this fight or the next. Justin's going into this fight as the underdog, which just shows how good Rafael Fiziev is. Justin has fought for a belt 3 out of his last 4 fights. I think this matchup could still be worse for Justin. The last time we saw Justin fight someone who was good at blitzing combinations, it was Poirier, who he lost to. Poirier is another one of those guys at lightweight who's reaching the end of his career and has always just fell short of being champion. Poirier made a statement by beating Michael Chandler, and Justin would be doing the same by defeating Fiziev and vice versa. Fiziev has a few years on both guys, and I would like to see Justin versus Poirier fight again for another opportunity at the belt.
He speaks the language of violence, which is universal, my goodness.
But don't forget, not only striking, bro. Sometimes wrestling too, brother.